Thanks.
But as I was saying that I was ultimately obedient, which is, the end result is what matters, not the fight beforehand. Well, I guess the fight beforehand can ruin things. Occasionally, you might just fight at the wrong time and it'll all be over.
It's pretty nice that we don't fight.
That's true. We don't fight.
It's pretty good.
We just quietly seethe by ourselves.
You do lots of things quietly by yourself.
Yeah, I'm a quiet masturbator. I'm just kidding.
You must be. I never catch you. And I know you do it.
Yeah.
Because
That's right.
I find your vibrator all over the house in weird places, and I'm like,
you do?
Why is this here?
What? No way.
Well, I mean, you left it in this room in a backpack in the corner, like the night after you did your like pomegranate candles, like moon fucking howl at the moon, like devil worship fucking thing that you do when you light the candle for 12 days and then you have this like shit-eating smile on your face in the morning. You're like, I did witchcraft last night. Baby, I did witchcraft last night. Did it. And I was like, yeah? What'd you do? Don't worry about it. And then I find your vibrator in a backpack.
Shut up.
Find your vibrator and lube in a backpack.
Lube?
Here.
No, there was no lube.
Right here.
There was no lube. You're exaggerating. Now I know you're lying. Now I know this is just for the camera. It's just for the camera. Bullshit.
I did find your vibrator in a backpack. Here.
Yeah, that's
in this room.
That's true. I'll admit,
next to the candles and the pomegranate.
Okay, it's a part of the ritual.
What's a part of the ritual? You had to put a backpack on the table next to the candle so that the
with
gods,
a vibrator in it.
so that the gods could use it, right? You weren't using it?
Yeah, it was symbolizing.
You totally weren't using it during the ritual? During the ritual? I did witchcraft last night, aka masturbated in the other bedroom without you to candlelight and a pomegranate. With some like hazelnuts or some shit spread around.
Hazelnuts. It was cardamom.
That was cardamom?
Yeah.
I fucking love cardamom.
I know.
I want to masturbate with cardamom.
Well,
that
you don't
sounds
masturbate
awful,
with the cardamom. The cardamom was for the deity that I engage with.
And this
beseech. And she likes cardamom.
And this deity.
And she likes red. And she likes wine. And she likes pomegranates. So I just give those things to her. And she likes sex.
Is this deity named like Lucy Liu or something?
No. No, her name's not Lucy Liu.
Oh, okay. Do you know who Lucy Liu is?
Yes, I know who Lucy Liu is. And I'm not masturbating to Lucy Liu.
I think she's still performing to this day, Lucy Liu. I think so. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure she is.
You say performing.
Oh. Lucy Liu is the famous actress. The one that does the
from Shanghai Noon.
Martial arts and shit.
Yeah.
Wrong Lucy. I'm thinking of the porn star Lucy. Oh my God. Somebody help me out there. What's her name?
I can't help you. I don't watch porn.
Famous porn star Asian.
Oh, gross.
Lucy. I know this will come up.
No.
Lucy.
I don't want to know this.
Lucy Tai? Lucy Tai.
Was she one of your favorites?
Back
in the day?
Years ago. Yeah.
Wow.
I think she was super famous. She's super famous for taking like big.
Wow.
Was it Lucy Tai?
I don't like her face.
Porn star Lucy Tai. Is that her? Born 1984. Oh, she's 40. Wow. Movies. Asian Cheerleader Cavity Search.
Oh my God.
Reign of Terra.
Oh, Jesus.
Oriental Orgy World 1. Gangbang Auditions 12. 12 of those. Those are popular. Oh, Me So Horny. Invasion 2. Ass Factor 4. Oriental Orgy World 4. Me So Asian. Slanted Holes. Butt Busters.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, she was really famous for taking like gaping anal. Big dick anal.
Wow. Yeah, no, that's not what I do in my witchcraft.
Analholics.
Thanks for letting me know that, and thank you for not moving on.
Pussy Man's Asian Assault.
I hate you.
Double Dicked. Here, I got a question. She did one called Totally Asian in 18.
You're
How old do you think she was when she did that movie?
16.
I'll bet she was 35.
Probably.
We could probably figure that out. Totally Asian 18 video, 2003. She's 40 now. That was 22 years ago. Ah, shit. She was 18. She did. What? You're not supposed to tell the truth in porn?
Well, the best lies have a little bit of truth mixed in, Taylor. Don't you know that? Don't you know that? Don't you know that the best way to lie is to almost tell the truth? Those are the best lies, are the almost truths. I know, because I'm a professional liar, or I used to be.
What have you lied to me about?
Oh.
Don't answer that. So welcome, welcome to the podcast. Uh-oh.
Another blatantly stupid show with thoughts you never needed to know. We've got ideas with zero proof. We talk in circles, ignore the truth. Now initiating brain cell dilation. Please enjoy ABSURD.
Welcome back to the podcast that we false started once already.
Yeah.
So the story is that we actually wanted to originally launch on like this Absurd Enterprises channel that we created, which is like the company that we own together. And we decided that we're going to switch it and keep that for some of the product ideas and more like businessy stuff that we want to do in the future. And we wanted to wrap pretty much all of our content that we plan on creating from now into the future, unless it's related to that business. We want to wrap that under our own names. So from henceforth, we shall be Gracie and Taylor. And Gracie and Taylor.
He's
and then,
Gracie, I'm Taylor.
Right. And so we'll have our Gracie and Taylor channel, which is We Are Gracie and Taylor. She'll have her Gracie West channel, which is I Am Gracie West. I will have my Taylor West channel, which is I Am Taylor West. And then we'll have Absurd Enterprises for some fun, goofy shit that we plan on doing later. Like,
and that's the skinny.
Like Jesus brand sandals.
Like Jesus brand sandals.
Someday, you will be able to purchase a pair of Jesus brand sandals from us.
Guaranteed to save your souls.
Guaranteed to save your souls. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to reboot this thing. We'll probably keep the name of the podcast Absurd. Another blatantly stupid and unnecessary recorded discussion because I don't know.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. We're just going to turn the cameras on and talk. We'll probably find a format that we like over time. But this is kind of a test and see how things go and just, be casual about it. And hopefully the 7 people that watch it in the meantime have some feedback for us and we'll modify it as we go and hopefully grow an audience and we'll see. But in
Yeah.
any case, I really just like talking to you. So
I like talking
This
to you
is-
too.
yeah,
You're funny.
you're funny and you're really pretty. You're like super pretty. So talking to you is like really easy because like I usually look at people when I'm talking to them.
Yeah, it makes
Typically.
it hard when you feel like you can't look at somebody when you're talking.
Yeah, if
to
you're
them.
like looking, you're like, or if you can't smell them, like the guy I was next to on the plane last week.
Oh yeah, you got like a raw dog deal.
Dude,
On
I
that.
super got raw dogged on the plane. Oh my God.
Assaulted.
Seriously, I got
You
assaulted.
an olfactory assault.
Yeah. So we just went to Kuala Lumpur.
Kuala Lumpur.
Lumpur. We needed to make a border jump thing. We needed to hop the border. We needed to run from the law.
We needed to get out of town for a few days and lay low, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. That's what we had to do.
That's what we had to do. No
So-
questions asked. It was just a simple laying low.
We went on. We skedaddled our skirts. We got our skirts out of town.
We did. We got our skirts out of town.
Didn't even get 'em in a kerfuffle.
We got out of Dodge quick, fast, and in a hurry, and came back as fast as we could.
Yeah. Wanted to get back for Songkran.
That was an experience.
Songkran.
That was a
Yeah.
lot. That was a lot. Like, I've never had so much of a concern that maybe I was autistic as being in the, the middle of Songkran. There were so many people. Everybody's shooting me in the fucking face with water. And it was just a lot. And at some point, I eventually just went into kind of a fugue state. And I just kept shooting people with water until I ran out of water. It was very fun though. It was very fun. I did laugh a lot in my fugue state, but when it was time to sit down, I was kind of like toast.
This
I
was
toasted.
this was Gracie at her first Songkran. Let's see if I can find a good one here. This is a pretty good one, maybe.
Yeah, right in the eyeballs. No mercy.
Eventually. These were pretty
And
good.
A lot of people
Songkran's pretty fun. For those of you
think
that
that
don't
it's
know,
the
it's
end
the
of
Thai New
smoky
Year
season,
and
like the
happens in
the
April.
water-
Anyways,
and it's
it's
supposed to
like
mark
I think it
the
originated
beginning of,
where you go
like,
to the temple and
rainy
you like
season,
splash some water on the Buddhas,
eventually.
and it's like a cleansing ritual,
And
cleansing
a lot
the
of
old
people
year away and bringing
think that
in the
it's
new
the
year
end
and,
of
smoky
season,
like the
and it's evolved
the water. Anyways,
over the years,
it's like I think it originated
to
where you
the
go to the
world's
temple
largest
and
water
you like
fight.
splash some water on
And
the
so the
Buddhas,
entire
and it's
country
like a
turns into a
cleansing
giant
ritual,
water
cleansing the old
fight.
year
You can't
away
go
and
anywhere
bringing
in
the new
Thailand,
year,
literally any of the cities,
anywhere,
and it's
without getting
evolved
pretty
over
soaked.
the years.
Even if you're
Yeah.
riding like a motorbike
to
to
the
the world's
world's
largest water fight,
you know,
and so the
operating
entire
dangerous
country
machinery.
turns
Yeah,
into a
it doesn't
giant
matter.
water
Fuck you. If you're
fight.
outside,
You can't go
you've
anywhere in
agreed
Thailand,
to
literally
get
any of the
doused.
cities. Most
Anywhere.
Thais, like in Bangkok,
without getting
and
the
pretty
bigger
soaked,
cities,
even if
Yeah.
you're
could
riding
be
like a
really
motorbike
dangerous,
or
or
on like a motorcycle
you
or
know,
something. Most
operating
Thais
dangerous
will leave you
machinery.
alone.
Yeah,
if
it
they
doesn't
see that
matter.
you're like in a
Fuck you. If
suit,
you're
going to
outside,
work at a bank
you've
or something
agreed
like that.
to
Or
get
if
doused.
you're doing something
Most
dangerous,
Thais, like in
but
Bangkok,
the
and
people to
the-
watch out
the
for
bigger
are the
cities
fucking
where it
tourists
could be really
because,
dangerous.
like,
Oh, 'cause they
on
don't-
on like a
Dude,
motorcycle.
they
or
just
something.
think that it's
Most
like
Thais
open
will
season,
leave you alone
and
if
you
they see
do-
that you're
you
like in a
fucking
suit,
squirt anybody
going
at
to
any
work at a
time,
bank or
and
something like
you
that.
douse them
Oh,
as much
yeah.
as you
Or
want,
if you're
you
doing
know?
something dangerous,
typical, like,
but the people
lot
to
of,
watch
like,
out for are the
unruly
fucking
tourism
tourists
bullshit
because
here,
like
so.
Oh, because they don't.
anyways,
Dude, they just
They have
think that
zero
it's like
sense.
open season,
Songkran.
and you fucking squirt anybody at any time, and you douse them as much as you want. You know, typical, like, a lot of like unruly tourism bullshit here. So, anyways, that was Songkran. So
Good times.
Good-
Good times.
good times, very good times.
Very good
It was
times.
very nice. Quite liked it. quite liked it. But before Songkran, we went to Kuala Lumpur, and on the flight home, I forgot to book our seats before getting to the airport because I used like a third party. I used my like credit card portal to book the flights, and for whatever reason it wasn't integrated, so we didn't get seats. So we got to the airport, realized we didn't have seats, realized there was only middle seats, realized we weren't even going to be in the same row. So we got sandwiched, and this Muslim dude that had like a biker jacket on, he was like part of some kind of like Muslim biker gang or something, which is like a very
that's
strange.
kind of absurd.
Yeah, it is absurd.
Well, I mean,
But he was sitting next to me, and he wasn't like the cleanest.
hello. It wasn't the cleanest chap.
He wasn't the cleanest Muslim biker I've ever met. If you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. And I don't even remember who was sitting to my right because the guy on my left was just consuming all my attention. And I smelt the God's, like, the worst fart. Hand to Muhammad. I smelled the worst fart.
To Mom.
Yeah. I smelled the worst fart I have ever smelled in my life, and it just kept persisting, and I was like, what the fuck is this fart? And I realized, I looked down at the floor like 5 minutes into smelling this fart, and I realized that one of this dude's feet is out of his shoe. Like he's resting one of his feet, or one of his feet. Like one of his feet was so
like
swampy that he had to get it out of his shoe.
The green smoke wafting off of it.
Dude. Oh my God, it was fucking disgusting. That was like one of the worst, uncomfortable, smelly experiences I've had on a plane.
Oh my
that
God.
I didn't create myself. By the way. Because I have done that. You need some like stuff. But anyways, and then we got sick. We both thought we were getting sick, and then I kind of did get sick, and it felt very COVID-y. It felt exactly like COVID. So of course, we don't travel for 3 months. We take one stupid little hour-and-a-half flight and get an hour-and-a-half flight back. And somewhere in that timeline, I get fucking COVID again, of course, as soon as we leave the fucking house.
Well, you shouldn't say you got COVID because you didn't take a test.
I don't know for sure, but I do know what it feels like.
But you allegedly you have COVID.
It always starts with this like foggy brain thickness, headache shit that like makes you feel like you can't think of anything.
Yeah.
And then it slowly, within a day or two, moves into your chest, moves into my chest, and turns into this like respiratory thing with still a little bit of the brain fog. And it usually doesn't really last more than a few days, but the effects of it last, like the subtle effects last a lot longer before and after. You know, it's like this like foggy shit. I hate it. And that whole long COVID thing, I think, is for real. I think it's real shit.
Yeah.
But anyways, and then she thought she was in the clear. You thought you were in the clear.
I thought I was in the clear.
And then you woke up yesterday with like a blistering headache and huge fever, and like we thought you had dengue.
I was vomiting and it was
achy joints, and
yeah, it was not a fun day yesterday at all.
And that was right after you saw your first ever massive palm-sized Phuket spider.
Yeah.
In our bedroom.
Yeah.
Above
That
your
was
head.
the first time you should bring up the picture of him.
Yeah, he was a good one. I didn't take a picture. I took a video, and you wouldn't like the video because it wasn't very flattering. You had your camera.
I saw it. I looked like a corpse in the bed.
Well, you had your camera on some like weird pro settings that I didn't want to mess with because I wanted to get the camera on video, or I wanted to get the spider on camera. And it like made your skin look.
Yeah,
I don't know what settings you had,
like
but it made
I
your
was
skin
dying.
look all weird. Yeah.
It was because I was dying.
Don't die.
I was dying, and anyway, the spider looked like he had boots on.
Yeah,
it's like
they're
he has
crazy
boots
spiders.
on.
They really are like
They were funky looking.
Like
They're
really tiny little cowboy boots.
as big as the palm of your hand, and sometimes like as big as your fingers spread out too. I've seen ones that are literally as big as my hand.
To be fair, I was expecting worse. Like,
he was like a medium-sized one.
When I imagine a spider that makes me want to just shit myself, it would be like a meteor spider than that. Like, I don't like that spider.
Meteor?
Meteor. Like his legs were kind of spindly and stuff, but like the spider that I imagine in my nightmares is the one that's like the one that like that really famous picture of it on the fucking like the toilet seat, and the caption is, well, at least I did what I came in here to do. You know, it's
shit myself.
Yeah. Like, its legs are like as thick as my finger. Like that kind of spider, like a face hugger. Oh, that I think I would die if I saw one of those.
Like a tarantula?
No, it looks like a big wolf spider.
Hmm.
You know, like
kind of like what we saw, just like thicker.
Well, I mean,
those guys are crazy, man.
No,
they can get
it's
into
nothing
this
like
like
what we
really
saw.
small. They can get into this like really small form. Like when I chased him.
Yeah, like whenever it tried to get through the blueberry hole.
Oh my god, that was so scary. Oh my god, we have a mosquito. I'm going to murder you if I see you again. Yeah. Oh my god, I trapped like this huntsman spider in our, which I think that's just a bigger version of the huntsman spider.
Yeah, that was the same.
They're fast as fuck, and they'll bite if they feel threatened, but they don't like hurt you or anything. They're not like super venomous to humans, anyways. But so I trapped one in like a blueberry canister, and I was gonna take him outside. But when I went to slide the paper underneath to take him outside, the blueberry canister has these little breathing holes in it for the blueberries. And the fucking spider pulled like an alien Romulus shit. Like it like jumped. It like jumped from the other side of the blueberry canister into the hole and like started like putting its like arms out and like squeezing its entire body through, like trying to leap at me at my face because I was like right there. Oh my god! I was like,
We don't care for spiders
Yeah.
all that much. I like jumping spiders. I think they're really cute. But I had to work up to that.
Like jumping spiders that don't jump for your face and want to murder you.
Yeah, the cute ones. The
Yeah.
cute ones that you can put little tiny like chipmunk voices to and it makes sense. The ones that'll look at you with love in their eyes. All 8 of their eyes.
Yeah.
But no, the ones with the big old like
Yeah.
But I read one. So when I first started getting into witchcraft and stuff, I started looking
before
into
or after you got into masturbation witchcraft.
before.
Okay.
I had to work my way into masturbation magic.
Okay.
That took a lot of willpower because I was very uncomfortable with that for a long time. But no, when
With the witchcraft part of it or the masturbation
the
part
masturbation part of
yeah.
it, yeah, I had to warm up to that.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Shut up! Don't tell people my secrets.
Oh my god.
So, anyway, I was learning about spirit animals and stuff because that's naturally like the first benign step into witchcraft is learning about your spirit animals. It's so cute. How could you not? But anyway, I learned about this concept about shadow animals and how if you have like a really strong negative reaction to an animal, that's your shadow animal. And I was like, well, that's definitely spiders. So I looked up and I found out what do spiders mean, like symbolically, what do they mean? And it was really interesting because they represent like dreams and magic. And so I took that to mean that I was afraid of my own dreams, afraid to pursue my own dreams. Which I'm sure you've seen evidence of that. like my own dreams freak me out when they start to materialize, or if I think they're about to materialize, it's like I get too attached to them and and I'll self-sabotage, or I think I don't deserve it or something. But anyway, I thought that was interesting. And so I tried to get better at spiders for that reason.
Tried to get better.
I can tolerate jumping spiders and little spiders. Like I don't just short circuit when I see a spider anymore. Whereas before, like when I was a little kid, like once a little crab spider got on me, like tiny little crab spider. It was almost transparent. It was so tiny. And it like, did its little crab spider thing. And I was like, ah! Lost my shit. The tiniest spider.
Yeah, I've never been a big fan of spiders myself. They creep me out quite a bit. That's another thing we have in common. You and me.
We have a lot in common.
We do. And, that's good, I think, for the most part.
Fair to Midland. Fair to Midland.
Fair to Midland? What does it mean?
What does it mean?
Yeah.
It means it's fair to Midland. Like, it's aight.
Gotcha.
It ain't so bad.
So we took this photo of the
You son of a bitch.
of the KL Petronas towers. Gracie was in the way, but the timing of the photo, it was necessary. I just had to snap it, because when was I ever going to get that opportunity again with those buildings there like that and that cloud the way it is, So
you do what you gotta do.
You do what you gotta do.
Man, I look like I have a package, but I'm pretty sure it's like my gut spilled over.
No, I think it's just your t-shirt hanging down or something.
My t-shirt hanging down? No, it's black, like my leggings. I think that's my gut. It's either that. I don't think my pussy hangs out like that.
I don't
do
know.
it?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Damn.
There was this really cool. So one of the things that we did in KL that's interesting, kind of worth talking about, is we thought of this idea to for some content, the AI stuff that we're working on. We love using AI for all kinds of stuff, and it's really been fun and enjoyable for us over the past year plus. We've used pretty much freaking everything at this point. And,
we like AI.
We
so
do.
If you have an issue with AI, this is not your place.
Yeah.
Or feel free to say what you want.
Troll us if you want.
Feel free to troll us, but we are pro AI in this house. In this house, we support AI.
Your AI overlords will take care of you.
They'll take care of you eventually.
Yeah. So one of the ideas that we had while we were in KL, we were only there for 2 days, and I hadn't spent more time. I've only been in the airport, and she's never been there. So one of the ideas that we had was to have AI be our AI overlord, our travel overlord, and tell us exactly what to do. And we were going to follow it to a T. The prompt that we gave it, which we had AI help us create, was tell us what to do step by step. This is where we're staying. This is when we want to get to bed. And if you don't tell us what to eat, we are not going to eat. So you literally have to tell us where to go, what to eat, where to go, what the itinerary is.
Full itinerary.
Yeah, full itinerary.
We have no desire to think about this.
Yeah.
That's what you're for.
And so we were going to do that for 1 day. And then the next day, what we were going to do was customize a custom GPT and do the same experiment, except tell it what we did the day before, give it the same parameters, but then we were going to load it with a bunch of knowledge about Gracie and I that talks about an in-depth knowledge base about all of our travel preferences, our dietary restrictions and preferences, what we do and do not like to do, what our budgets are, stuff like that when we travel. And I got pretty in-depth with it and made it basically like a custom travel agent, helper assistant for us. And we wanted to see how much better, hopefully, the second day's itinerary was than the first day.
Yeah.
And I'd say that they both ended up like maybe with a 50% score, because I think the biggest issue was that on the second day when we customized the GPT, we used GPT 4.5, which is like kind of a dumb model when it comes to reasoning and stuff. And it was not figuring out that, like, it was having some of the same issues that the first day was, which is like it wasn't figuring out when things were closed and sending us on these like rabbit trails that ended up being not great. But it did definitely nail more of the things that are up our alley, things that we like, you know. But on the first day, we went to this place. The AI overlord told us to go find this alley in Chinatown.
It was so cool.
That was kind of famous.
It was really cool. There are plenty of good spots for photos and videos. I got some really good videos of that.
And the name of the alley you can see up here is Kwai Chai Hong. And it's a restored 1960s era alleyway. It says 1960s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it's just this short little alleyway in Chinatown that has all these murals on it, and like there's this barber chair that has a barber painted muralized on the wall. Behind it, you could sit in the chair and take a picture like you're getting a haircut. And there's this like just this really cool like vibe back there. Really like we haven't edited it that. I know you did. So that was pretty neat. And, you know, we ate lots of interesting food.
Oh, yeah. The food was great. Like, good job. Good job, Malaysia, for your food.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Would eat it again.
It was quite nice. And there was
I would love to go back.
There was this river that they had there that had like
yes.
the river of life.
The river
and
of life.
in the daytime, this place looks like death. It's literally like a
Doesn't
concrete.
look very nice.
It looks horrible.
Dirty water, trash in it.
Yeah, and like concrete walls running down it, and like it looks like a derelict part of like New York City or something with a horrible river.
It reminds me of that famous spot in California where people drag race, but filled with water. Dirty trash.
Oh, the LA reservoir thing. Yeah. But at nighttime, it's excellent because they got all these like blue LEDs along the sides, and they pump mist over it, and so it's this like crazy neon blue experience walkway thing. It's really cool. It's totally different at night. But the biggest thing that I was surprised at with kale was just the crazy value. The value of kale was like wildly good. Wildly good. I had no idea that it was easier to live there in terms of cost and quality of life than most parts of Thailand, actually.
Yeah,
like
we got a really, really nice Airbnb, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom.
46th floor looking out over downtown.
Yeah, you could see the whole skyline, and it was, $30 a night?
$30 a night. And almost all the Airbnbs like that in the high rises are like $30 bucks a night. And that's Airbnb. Like if you get a long-term rental there, you're paying like $700 a month, not even, maybe like $500 a month for something like that.
If rent prices were like that in Texas, I would have been an independent woman. You know, I could have been making smoothies and having my own life.
You can get an apartment in Texas for that. You just have to have a roommate.
You can get a room.
Live in a part of town where you might get stabbed at night.
You can get a room for that price, maybe. Like, I looked this up because I was trying. And
you get a room on East Riverside next to the camp.
Next to the camp.
Next to the
yeah, and you're probably gonna pay like $600 to live in a room in someone's house.
Yeah.
With people you don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely a different quality of life for the same money. But, you know, it's one of the
That's
beauties
why
of
we're
being in
not
Asia.
there anymore.
Nah, it's one of the reasons, but
That's one of the reasons, but it is a big reason.
yeah. We could get a decent place there for what we pay for this place, but it wouldn't have all the other amenities of like waking up to the jungle view and the sun and the beautiful people that are always smiling and happy and like the beach
Well,
3 blocks away and
to just be
not
out
some
of the
fucking suburb.
to be out of the bubble that is America. Like, I mean, everybody has their own bubbles, but it's kind of nice when you escape a bubble.
Yeah.
And even if you're in somebody else's bubble, like, you know, it's a bubble. But when you're in your familiar bubble, the one you grew up in, it's so easy to get sucked back into forgetting you're in a bubble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the scary part. Like, at least that's what I hated about being there, was it felt like it was so easy to just slip back into this state of thinking that like everybody's like this, or there's nobody, like there's no people that I can connect with.
Yeah.
But it did get a lot better at, like, as things usually do, like right before we leave, our tribe there in Austin, you know, magically gets stronger. Like, we met some really awesome people that would have made it much more tolerable to live there.
Yeah. I love our tribe there.
I love our tribe
the
there.
community is always great there.
Yeah.
But and the truth is you're moving from bubble to bubble, right? Like everything's a fucking bubble. So here we have I just prefer some bubbles over others. That's all. much prefer certain bubbles over others. But like I was chatting with my ex-girlfriend's new boyfriend fiance up in Chiang Mai, and he sent me an article today about a digital nomad that wrote an article that he's lived in Chiang Mai for 2 years and how he's kind of starting to feel a little bit jaded and he's thinking about moving away, and he lists all these reasons why that range from like inability to really truly integrate into the culture and getting tired of like the digital nomad. It's like newbie digital nomad territory up there. So all the conversations that you have feel very surface level, and all the meetups that you go to have like the same 5 conversations happening. Like, what are you drop shipping on Amazon, and what's your favorite, life hack and biohacking that you're doing? And like everybody's talking about the same shit all the time, and all the conversations are just regurgitated, from the top 5 podcasts that every digital nomad listens to on, on whatever. And like, so it's just this bubble, of expats, of fast moving expats that are all trying to make a living on their computer, and they land in Chiang Mai, and it creates this little bubble world that like you get super comfortable in, and then you don't really look at it and realize you're in it, because it's so easy and low stress and low friction. It's so easy to just coexist there and do what you need to do and build your thing. But you don't realize until a little bit later that you're in this little bubble, of these like foreign people doing this thing. You're not integrating into the culture. You might not understand how you're being looked at by the actual society there, by like the people that created the infrastructure for you and that like provide the, that work all the jobs, and like the locals and stuff.
Yeah.
Or even the expats that have lived there for 20 years, and they have integrated into the culture. It's a very different world for them, for someone that like learns Thai, maybe has a Thai wife, or husband or whatever, and like works at a local school or donates to some of the charities there, or like builds a business with 20, 30 Thai employees or something like that. Like, that's a very different life to a digital nomad who's just kind of like jumping into this bubble and leeching off of the system in the easiest ways possible to get, to have this like luxurious lifestyle that you can't afford, back home or whatever. And So it's really it's interesting. But there's different levels of that, right? Like I sent that article to you the other day of the guy that lived
The guy that went to Singapore.
Yeah, he moved to Singapore after like 20 years in Thailand or something like that. And he integrated hardcore, like learned the language and got to know all the people and everything. And even he realized after 20 years that like he was also in this different bubble
Yeah.
of like, you know.
Like you'll never be Thai.
Yeah.
You can try all you want, but you're not going to be Thai.
Yeah, they're very protective of their culture here. And it doesn't matter how long you're here or how much you integrate. If you're a foreigner, you're a foreigner. And there's a certain amount of that, I think, all over the world. But in Thailand, it's especially true that they protect their culture at all costs, and it make it very difficult for people to actually truly become. It's not like America where you can go there and become an American.
Yeah.
You can't go to Thailand and become a Thai.
Mm.
You can't. It's not possible. Even if you have Thai blood, it's really hard for half Thai, half Americans, or half Thai, half British, or whatever. If they didn't grow up here and they grew up in their other country, I've heard stories that it's extremely difficult for them to integrate here. Probably not as to the extent of like a white, like a me, you know, or you
Like a me.
like a white fucking
A white dragon.
dude. Yeah. So anyways, you wanted to show me something, I think. Is it too long or do you not want to show me anymore?
No, I sent it to your Telegram. I found a short.
So Gracie wants to show me something that she thinks I will have.
I think you'll have some stuff to say about it.
She thinks I will have something to say about it. So we'll see. We'll see about this. Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay. I might need to figure out how to here. You know what? So it's about an actress?
Yeah.
Is that what I'm seeing?
Yeah. I don't usually give a shit about this stuff, but I thought that the audacity of this bitch was kind of mind-boggling. And we'll see if it says, like if it brings up one of the main things that I thought was really disgusting about her, or if it misses it. If it misses it, I will fill you in. But go ahead.
Is getting so much hate, but I don't think everyone knows why the actress is getting so much hate. And I want to start listing them
She's
right
a cunt.
now, and you might want to buckle up because we're going to be here for a while. Reason number 1, trashing the original movie and calling the prince a stalker.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Ah, yes, I was just chosen to play Snow White. What's the first thing I should do? Ah, yes, let's grab on the original movie. That should get butts and seats. Am I right, guys? Reason number 2, trashing her male co-star because he's a male, so all of his scenes could get cut because it's Hollywood, baby.
She's
We'll
disgusting.
assume it's a love story just because like we cast a guy in the movie. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
Oh, shut up, silly woman.
Reason number 3, this one is a little bit more divisive. Not keeping her own politics to herself. I think we can all agree that when you are promoting a movie, you should try to stay as professional as possible, and you should keep your politics to yourself. Like, you're obviously allowed to have your own politics and your own opinions, but to have your own political opinions when you are promoting a movie is not a very good look for Disney. If you are an actor, you can have your own opinions online. There's nothing wrong with that, unless you're Gina Carano or Johnny Depp, and in that case, well... Reason number 4,
I didn't watch
wish I
this
was...
whole thing, to be honest.
He's right about that. Like, one of the things that annoys me the most about...
Are you not going to finish it?
Fuck. All right.
Jeremy Renner, the Hawkeye actor, and I quote, a racist, sexist, transphobic garbage monster.
I'm a narcissist.
Actually, I think the new Hawkeye should be a trans woman of color. To stick it to that racist, sexist, transphobic garbage monster.
But why?
Reason number 5.
Oh my God.
Going after Trump supporters by saying that she wishes that they never know peace. Though she was forced to write an apology by her PR team, but it wasn't really a sincere apology. It was more of a, my PR team forced me to write this so I don't get fired kind of apology. Reason number 6. Faking her apology video. I'm not really going to go way too deep into this because I already made a dedicated video on my channel back in 2023 when this whole apology video thing came out. So definitely go ahead and check that out if you want to know more about this. Reason number 8. Being completely and utterly insufferable. I mean, seriously, just listen to the way she talks.
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird,
How old is this
weird.
bitch? She's like 12?
I think so.
I'm a
So-
narcissist.
No, she's like, what, 23 or something?
Okay, so pause it. So when she said that, she's like,
If I'm gonna stand for 18 hours in a dress, then I can definitely be paid for it.
well, okay, first of all, her motherfucking ass was at the writer's strike. The writer's strike. The writers of the Hollywoods and all of the like Netflix and HBO, like they were having an issue because they were pumping out all these stories and stuff for these streaming platforms and they weren't getting compensated fairly for their writing work. The actors do get fairly compensated. In fact, they get almost overly compensated if you consider what the writers were getting. And so she's at the writers' strike, bitching about how if she's gonna stand for 18 hours in a dress, she has to get fairly compensated. I think she got like millions of dollars for this fucking movie.
Well, I would hope so.
And she's there doing that.
Yeah.
It's like she's like this woke superhero that would be very, very easy to caricaturize and turn into some horrible thing. Like Meat Canyon really needs to make, like, if they haven't already, they might have, but they need to make a thing about this bitch because she's fucking retarded. I hate her.
You said I can't wait to show this to you because you're gonna have a lot to say about it. But it sounds like you have a lot to say about
Well,
it.
and then and of course he didn't mention the thing that actually got me really fired up about her. So her co-star in Snow White. I haven't seen this movie, by the way, and I won't because I don't watch Disney anymore. I don't watch movies anymore. But her co-star Gal Gadot, you know, one of the most beautiful women on the planet. She played the stepmother, the queen stepmother in Snow White. I didn't realize that Gal was Israeli, but she is. And I guess while they were filming and doing the movie and stuff, this Rachel shithead was constantly like stirring up angst about the Palestine thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
As one does.
Yeah, to the point that Gal was getting like death threats. She had to have like a security detail with her all through the time that they were filming this damn movie. Like it was like she was trying to murder her.
Gal was having that issue because of her?
Yeah.
Like this bitch like outed her as an Israeli?
I'm not sure how it happened, but
or as like an Israel sympathizer or something?
I guess so. But I just know that she kept stirring the pot, and it
isn't most of. I don't actually know I fucking hate politics. I hate all this stuff.
Yeah.
But isn't most of Hollywood like
Jewish, like from Israel?
Israeli on the Israeli side of this? I know that like a lot of outspoken actors and actresses have joined the whole Free Palestine movement, and they're all on the Palestine dick. But there's also a lot of people on the Israeli dick. It's like a really hard topic, right?
It's a very difficult topic because both sides are destroying each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if I really have a side except that I just want it to stop.
You don't have to
like
have one. I would rather you didn't have one.
It just needs to
I
stop.
hate
But
this shit.
what I couldn't believe was that this girl who had never been in Hollywood before, She was just like some chick from New Jersey or something. And she sent in a video audition and she landed this role of, or her first role was West Side Story. And she landed the role through a video audition, which is really cool. It's really awesome to like move past the nepotism of Hollywood and get into a new role as a fresh actress, fresh face. You're not part of some acting family. That's cool as fuck. But then in her second movie with Disney, she decides to turn on all this woke shit and be completely ungrateful to why she's there in the first place and be absolutely like unsufferable about it. You know, that's what annoyed me. I just thought it was annoying. I thought she was annoying. I thought that was stupid of her.
Yeah.
But I guess she's also very young.
Well,
I have to remember that.
yeah.
I was pretty
She's
unsufferable and
she's
and
young, but
stupid.
this isn't unique to young Hollywood actresses. Like, this is what happens when people who we know a vast majority of which are retarded.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, we were watching the YMH podcast and they were having that debate, Tom and what's his wife's name? Christina. They're having that debate about like IQ levels and like what happens if you fall below. Like, are there people that are below the threshold of
IQ but not actually retarded?
Yeah. Yeah, like if 70 is like the official, you know, government recognized level for like Down syndrome and mental issues, are there people that aren't diagnosed with Down syndrome and mental issues that have a lower IQ than 70? And I think there are, like, a lot. And there's, you know, if the average is 100 and we have, you know, X number of people over 100 and a bunch of people at 100, there's a lot of fucking people less than 100 and like less than 90 and like less than 80, you know? And anyways, what I was getting at is that this isn't unique to her.
They vote and they reproduce.
They vote, they reproduce, they get jobs in Hollywood. A lot of them get jobs in Hollywood. And what happens is you get a fucking platform for the first time in your life where people listen to what you have to say because of this profession that you're actually kind of good at or whatever, or that,
so
or that you got lucky at, or
you go off on this thing that you really believe, but you're too young to realize that what you believe is
no, it's
stupid.
not just young. Like, you see lots of older, wiser, supposedly wiser people that have had more life experience do this too. They use their platform for fucking ridiculous, stupid things. Like, look at Elon right now. Elon had it all. Had it fucking all. There's a lot of people that still hated him prior to all of this fucking political shit. You know, he's a billionaire, right? So there's always this like segment of the population that fucking hates billionaires.
Yeah.
And you're never going to get rid of that. But barring those people that are always going to be there, he had a lot of love. He had a lot of love from a lot of people, and he was doing everything right. You know, Starlink was amazing. SpaceX was amazing. Tesla was doing amazing. The stock was through the fucking roof. He's got Neuralink going well, and the first patient comes out and starts to like use the brain implant to like change his life. And, you know, the Boring Company is building their first tunnels, and like he's got all this stuff, and everybody's on Elon's dick. And then he decides that he needs to save the fucking world and become
to get into politics.
Yeah, he had to use his platform to try and save the world and do more saving the world in the political arena. And you can guarantee that if you get into religion or politics or any of these subjects using your platform, you're going to fuck your platform up. You're going to fuck it up. Like, almost every time. The only people that don't fuck it up are people that are pros at that shit, like Christopher Hitchens, right? Like, he went from he went from like left leaning in college to like slightly right leaning and hard staunch atheism later in life, right? Like midlife, later in life. But it's interesting how he how he changed before his death. But like he made religion his profession.
Yeah.
He decided that I'm going to devote a big chunk of my life to a cause that I feel is one of the most important causes in the world. And I'm going to go around the world and debate people about it and bring people onto my side of this cause because I think it's that important. And that is the anti-theist, right? Like the not only is there probably no God, but believing in one is like really toxic.
Yeah.
Right. And so he made that his life. And my argument with people that have a platform and have a voice and have an audience is that unless you're going to make it your life, stay the fuck out of it. So Elon didn't get that message. He wanted to make space his life, getting to Mars his life, solving the energy crisis. And then he decided to tack on one more fucking thing. You know, the world's going to end unless we adopt, you know, the left is trying to kill us all. And the left is like these evil, you know, fucking blood-sucking monsters. And if I don't take this right stance and get Trump elected and do all these fucking crazy you know, do the fucking Nazi salute and show everybody my autism, like how, like the bad side of my autism, you know, I fucking loved Elon. I still do to a big degree. Like I know, I don't know him personally, but I indirectly know him through some friends that hang out with him and spend time with him. And he is, from all accounts, from what I've heard, from people, he's a great guy. Like he's a normal fucking dude. Yeah, he's got billions of dollars and he's super fucking smart and he's got all kinds of crazy ideas and he does a lot of weird shit, you know, but you can't deny that he's like done a lot of good in a lot of ways.
A gifted human.
He's gifted in a lot of ways, but like this stuff that he did with Trump and that he's still doing, I knew it. I told you from the very beginning, like he needs to stay out of this.
Yeah.
He's fucking his image up like real bad and it's going to get worse. And the Tesla stock fucking plummeted and there's people rioting all over the world. And like, he just got fucking weird, man. And that's what people do when they get a platform. When they get a platform, they fuck it up with politics and religion. That's what they do. They show us the part, even if they have a high IQ, like Elon has a ridiculous high IQ, most people have viewpoints and things that are stupid. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people use their platform to make sure that you know where they're stupid. Yeah. They use their platform to show you how fucking stupid they are, even if they're smart. Mm. You know? And there are people that don't also. There are people that like get it. You know? Like Obama and Michelle, right? They're a shining example of like people who have been at the peak tippy top of magnifying glass. Like everybody in the world listens to them, sees them, scrutiny. And like Michelle got out of the White House without a single scandal. You know, that's one of the like factoids that people quote about Michelle. You know, and of course you still have your haters and your you know, conspiracy theorists and stuff. And I don't give a fuck about his politics or any of that stuff. But like they are really good examples of people who understand how this works and when to stay out of like when to keep your nose out of something or when not to have a comment about something or support a cause, you know, or whatever.
My grandpa would say, knowing when to leave well enough alone.
Yeah. You see this in crypto too. Like I spent quite a bit of time in crypto and this was my number one warning to everybody that talked to me or asked for my advice. And I even just gave it recently to someone who, for the first time, our friend that lives in Brazil, he started a project with a few guys. He got like one of the OpenAI engineers to like join him and do like a crypto AI thing. Mm-hmm. And he was so excited about it. He's like, oh, it's my first like real project. We're going to launch a token and we're going to do all this stuff. And my advice to him was like, have fun, but I hope you understand that nobody comes out of this smelling fresh. Not a single person. You know, if you're going to choose this path and be vocal and gain a platform in this world, launching a token, doing it this way, even if you have the best technology, even if you have the best team, even if all of your, if you have the greatest ideas and the best intentions, the best communication, you know, it doesn't matter how good you are. You're going to come out the other end, chewed up, spit out, and your reputation's going to have some issues.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the nature of the beast. If you're going to get into that, it's going to happen. So you have to be ready for it, you know, which is one reason that, like, in the 6 or 7 years that I have done, 8, 9 years now that I've done some crypto things, I've very intentionally stayed very quiet and never been public, you know, with any kind of like project or, like a YouTube channel or like, you know, like I wouldn't fucking touch any of that with a 10-foot pole because I know what's going to happen. You
Exactly.
know, it doesn't matter how good you are or how well intentioned you are. You're going to get shit on. And that's what Elon should have known about getting in bed with Trump. Like, it doesn't matter if you think that you're saving the world or you're doing the right thing, you're going to get fucking shit on. And that's going to have an effect on all these other things that presumably are a bigger deal to you, you know. Like, I know that it's more complicated than that because he was looking out for those things by trying to get Trump elected because Trump's policies lined up with his ability to do better business. You know,
he could have done it quietly, though.
But he didn't need to do it publicly and loudly like that. That was really fucking retarded. This mosquito's going to get it. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. I might have got it. All right. I think we're going on like a little over an hour. What else? Do you want to show me anything else?
That was all I had. That was all I had. It was just, I just wanted to bitch about a bitch.
Nice. I think I might have had I think I might have saved something for you. I downloaded TikTok.
Oh, no.
For the first time in years.
Did you feel a part of yourself die?
Oh, horribly.
Yeah.
Horribly.
That's how I felt when I opened it up again on my phone for the first time in a long time. I was like,
I hate everything about this.
Sucks.
Yeah.
So stupid. There's so many idiots on TikTok.
Oh,
like,
God.
I can't even believe. Although, to be fair, I love finding dad jokes on TikTok. Like, that is one thing I do like. There's this like 3 dads that like whisper. They whisper these dad jokes, and sometimes they have like an alien masks, like AI mask, and there's 3 of them, and they're just like, like, it's really funny. Or they're sitting in like a deer blind when they're like showing what they really look like, or sitting on a frozen lake, and they're just doing these awesome dad jokes. They make me so happy, and I save a lot of them because I try to memorize them. Yeah. So I can hit you with them at the most opportune moments.
I know which guys you're talking about. That's awesome.
I think the mosquito's on you.
Is he? Oh, get him.
I can't reach. I don't know. He disappeared behind me. Probably sucking up your butt cheek.
We're getting murdered by mosquitoes.
Yeah, I might actually be murdered by mosquitoes. So far, so good today, but... Yeah, I had one. So there was... I think you already saw this. But you saw this, but this is... Since we're on the topic of politics, check this out. Fuck him up. The guy. The white people are so confused. I've got to send this to my mom. She'd lose her mind.
The house is suspended until the ringing of the bells. The gallery is to be cleared.
So, I don't know what the fuck that's all about, but I want to tell you something. If we moved to New Zealand,
haka.
That's a haka.
That is a haka. That's what the Maori people do when they're about to go into battle and fuck you up. So I guess they didn't like the bill. They're like, no, this sucks. And we're going to scream at you about it. That's so fucking cool.
That needs to be politics all the time.
That needs to be politics.
I
vote for that.
You could get me. You could get me into some politics with some of that. Maybe. I don't know. I would at least watch it.
I would too. I'd be a lot more invested. Like,
yeah,
because that's
a lot better than watching our train wreck in the States.
I know. Like, our train wreck is very much like,
although it's pretty entertaining,
turn-based games, which I've never liked.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna poo you, and now you're gonna poo me.
Well,
like, I don't like that. Like, I'd like just come out guns a-blazing and fuck them up. Like, that was great.
Yeah. It's like the difference between watching like an action movie and watching like a nuanced comedy, where you have to know, like, American politics is this like nuanced thing that you have to, like, if you don't speak English or if you don't live in America and you see like our senators talk at like a Senate hearing or something like that, like they have Facebook at a Senate hearing right now, right?
Well, yeah, but it seems
so you have to like know what they're talking about.
Make is them just going through the motions. Like somebody has written a speech for them, and then they say the speech, and nobody's paying attention. Everybody, like, this senator over here is probably dead.
Oh, it's like watching
one
paint dry.
Sleeping. Like, it's the worst thing ever.
Horrible.
You can't sleep through that shit though.
No, this is great.
No, that'll wake you up.
Shit.
That'll make you curious about being alive.
Like, I wanted to see after that, like at the peak of that, see like a bunch of people storm in with fucking hatchets and like, like boomsticks and hatchets and fucking horses and face like war paint on their faces and just like slaughter the opposing party.
I know. Oh,
that would be
so
amazing. Cool. Oh my God. Can somebody make like...
We should probably find out what that's all about.
I know. I have no fucking idea what this is.
We have no idea what the policy is. We just know that the Maori didn't like it.
This could be fucking AI generated for all I know. Shit's getting so good now.
Oh.
No, it's not. But
it's a promotion for Moana too.
Yeah. Okay, I have another one. Really Let's see. What's this other one? I don't know what this is, so fair warning.
I did... Oh God! No, I don't want to see this one again.
Being good for your heart and making you fart. Being good if you haven't diabetes or fetus.
I'm really mean it.
Being the toot fruit. So no more being lick it or flick it. You just want to be and stick it in your body.
In your body.
You can even put your bean on the wing.
It tastes really good.
So if you're a human being, you need the bean. Eat the bean for your well-being.
Eat the bean.
Jesus Christ.
You can even put the bean on the ween. You can put the bean
You can even put the bean on the ween.
On the ween.
It's good for your body.
It's good for your body. You can put the bean on and make you toot.
It mean the fruit, toot, fruit.
It's the toot that makes you fruit. It's the fruit that makes you toot, toot.
Being good for your heart
and
making you fart.
This is great.
You should.
Like, I want like an aunt that's like this, like somebody that just calls you out of the blue and like does this.
Hey Taylor, just checking the tea if you've been eating the bean.
I was thinking about you because I ate the bean.
I was thinking about you. I ate the bean and it made me fart and it made me think of you because you fart. Are you eating the bean, Taylor? You taking care of your body? Soybean, black bean, red bean.
Party beans, dessert beans,
Garbanzo bean.
garbanzo bean, kidney bean,
Kidney bean.
eat the kidney bean, the garbanzo bean. You want some refried bean? leaf fried bean, leaf lad bean,
Leaf lad bean.
leaf lad bean, bean,
Bean.
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 You want some beans?
Beans.
Hey girl, hey, you want some beans? You want some of these beans? You want me to give it the beans?
Give it the beans.
You want to bend over and I'll give it the beans?
Give it the beans.
you want me to give it the
Give me
beans?
them beans. You better give me them beans, boy.
Listen here, you bend over and take your pants down. And I'm gonna give you the beans real good, like you understand?
If you know what's good for you, you better give them beans quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah, I'll give
better
you
give me
quick,
them
fast, in a
beans.
hurry.
You better give me them beans.
I'll give them to you real good. Shut the hell up. You got shut your mouth first, so you can get the beans real good. You understand? You got to bend over real good. Take your pants down. Shut the hell up, and I'll give you the beans real good. You understand? You got it. You get me. Do you understand? You can talk now. One more. You can say one more thing. Just nod. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, daddy. You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Damn. You gotta.
I can't get enough of that. All right, I got
It's
one
so
more.
good.
Let's see. What's
No.
this one? Yeah, this one's the best.
No, I hate it.
Our largest client is now
I
on the
hate
whole face.
animals.
Let's begin.
I fucking love this cow. I love this cow. He's so cute. Look at how cute he is. Look, he wants the banana.
Did they pull that out with their bare hands? Holy fucking shit.
Perfect.
Don't eat it too when the cow's had its mouth all over it. Jesus. No.
I love it.
Successfully make a meal. And that's how you successfully.
Oh
The
my god.
largest client.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Amazing.
That
Amazing.
I hate everything about that.
Truly.
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 I truly hate everything about that.
That was pretty great.
That
It was pretty great. You have to admit.
I'm a
pretty great.
no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
You saw, look at how cute he is with his big fucking
That
cow
was
tongue.
not cute. That was disgusting. That was chaos. That was anarchy. That was pure pandemonium, and I was not there for it. And good job.
Dead. I killed you, bitch.
You little shit.
Got you. Got you, mosquito. Someday we're going to build a studio that has anti-mosquito lasers. Did you see that? There was a guy that built an Arduino laser killer, like a Arduino-based mosquito laser killer. Like it's a little laser that's strong enough to kill a mosquito, and it detects. He built like a little radar system so it could detect where they're flying in the room, and it would like fire the laser at them and kill them. It was fucking cool as shit.
That's really cool.
It's like some really nerdy shit, but really cool. I want one of those.
I know.
Needs to commercialize that.
Wow.
I would also take one that fires a laser strong enough to kill giant spiders, because they freak me the fuck out.
They're a lot easier to catch when they're not moving and they're dead.
Yeah. And also, like, I've got this fear lately of when I'm in bed, of just spiders like crawling in and out of my mouth and my ears and shit. So I've been, and this is not unfounded. I think I've talked about this somewhere before, but my daughter's mom woke up screaming a couple years ago. And I found out from my daughter that they had to take her to the emergency room because she wouldn't stop wailing. And there was something in her ear and she couldn't figure out what the fuck it was. And it was just driving her absolutely batshit crazy. And the doctor grabs some long ass tweezers and pulls a giant fucking spider out of her ear.
Is that why you've been sleeping with earplugs
Yes,
lately?
that's why I've been sleeping with earplugs in.
I just thought I was like, man,
After that
what is
spider
he-
in the blueberry thing jumped at my face, I'm like, dude,
that could fit in my ear.
Definitely it can fit in my ear. Like it would want to be in my ear. It would think that it's like a cozy hole to like hang out in because those spiders don't build webs. They like
cozy
hide
holes.
and they attack things.
So that's
what
God.
got her. They like went in there thinking that's going to be a hidey hole and it's going to hide and it's going to hunt prey from in there. Not knowing that it's a fucking eardrum and that it's, going to get oh my God. Yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. It's really bad. So, what else? We got Songkran out of the way. We did some KL exploring. Talked about how sick we are. We got.
We talked about politics.
We talked about my favorite topic of all time, politics. If you're watching this and you actually like anything, I think we're gonna be publishing a lot of AI related content on our channel. So if you're interested at all in AI, stay tuned for that. If you're not, or you don't care, well, sorry, not sorry, but it's something that we really are into right now. So
yeah,
there's a lot of things we're gonna do.
We're gonna experiment a lot with AI because it's fun and it's like, why wouldn't you experiment with AI right now? It's the beginning of a whole new age, but something that we use it a lot for is brainstorming and talking things through, and that seems to be. I think that's what we use it most for. Like,
yeah. And then sometimes those things turn into more involved things.
Yeah.
Like we have our, for better or worse, it's basically our production assistant that we use to help us with things that we want to produce, show wise. And it knows like what our voice is, and we feed it our transcripts for anything that we've done so far. And it's been really helpful for like bouncing ideas off of, and even going so far as to like help brainstorm and write like scripts and things like that.
Yeah, if we ever make anything that's like cohesive and super polished and not just a conversation between both of us, it's probably going to be assisted with AI. Like
I think AI
we
helps.
will have used AI to help us make it.
Yeah. I think most people use AI to help them write now. If not in the ideation phase, then definitely in the editing, grammar, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But we really do like this concept of like, even though it's a little bit tongue in cheek for us, we're not like super serious about it, but this concept of like AI overlord telling you what to do with your day, we kind of like this concept. So we're going kind of far with it in a few ways. Like, one thing that we might do, we have a show that we're probably going to do the first episode of soon. It might just be a morning show with like a few different types of segments and things. Mm-hmm. Or it might be its own standalone show. We're not sure yet. But the idea is that we have an AI producer set up that will become the producer of the show. And the whole show concept, or the whole segment concept, is that the entire thing is done by AI. We're just the puppets, right? So like we get it started and we give it enough information.
The meat puppets.
Yeah, we're the meat puppets. So we get it started. We give it enough information to like understand what the goal is. And then from that point forward, it tells us exactly how to do the show. You know, like we tell it, we want the show to be 15 minutes and we want it to be entertaining. And here's what our studio looks like and what our capabilities are, how many cameras we have, teleprompter, blah, blah, blah. And this is the kind of stuff that we're good at or what we like to do in terms of like what we're capable of as humans. And then its job is to be our producer and to be like if we hired a robotic AI producer to make sure that the show was good.
I think it's more a director you're looking for.
Producer, director, whatever. It's the person pulling the strings, telling the talent what to do, you know?
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting one. And then hopefully that show will evolve over time and it'll get better and better as AI gets better and better, right? Because it's going to be like pretty janky, I think, for a while. It should be kind of funny. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
It'll be an interesting experiment at the very least.
Yeah. And we have to bust out the wheel of absurdity at some point. We got like this wheel that we want to spin and it's got dicks and boobs on it. And the cleaning lady was here today and she was like cleaning in here and she
just
moved.
Pretending that it wasn't there.
She moved the wheel of absurdity. It's like a almost like a wheel of fortune. And it's got we wrote numbers on it, but there's two spots that we put pictures and one is pictures of boobs and another is a picture of a dick. And the little Thai cleaning ladies were in our apartment today, like cleaning up the whole house. And we were in here working and we were watching her clean in here and sweep the floor. And she grabs the wheel of absurdity with the dicks and the boobs on it. And she just like sweeps around it. And we're over here giggling like children. 'Cause I'm sure that they joked about it when we weren't home, you know.
I know.
I just hope they didn't open the drawer with the disclaimer dong in it.
With the dong in it.
Could you imagine?
I really wonder what they say about it. They probably don't talk about us at all.
No, probably not.
They probably don't give a shit.
No. No, we're way less interesting than we think we are, probably.
Their loss.
Mm-hmm. On that note, that was fun. I think we're gonna skedaddle. We're gonna mosey. We're gonna get out of here.
Skedaddle like that spider.
Gonna leave you with a favorite scene.
You can't handle the truth.
That's right.
That's what we're leaving.
I really wanted to use it because we were supposed to use it for Clit.
Yeah.
For the Conspiracy Lies show.
Yeah.
That's what I put it in there for. We didn't use it. Yeah.
Oh.
I programmed it in there, but we didn't use it at all. It's going to be like, don't you want to know the truth about these things? Don't you want to know the scientific evidence behind these things, these conspiracy theories and things that you hear on a daily basis? And I was going to have the Jack Nicholson queued up.
Well, that's what you should have done just now. You missed the opportunity again.
Please do us a favor and hit the like button and subscribe since we only have a few. Everybody counts. Every warm body counts right now for us. And you do that for us and we will continue to record things and try and find our voice and try and find the things that we love and keep delivering it to you because it's fun for us. So
yeah, that's
we're
right.
having a good time with it. So please see us at the next one. Thank you.
Later.
Buy Jesus brand sandals. You can't yet, but you will
can't
soon.
yet.
Someday.